Who wants to ride a sled with stock graphics? Not us. Use SledSend 4 for 20% off a discount on Arctic FX graphics. They'll bring your vision to life with hundreds of designs and endless customization options. Your sled will stand out whether you're on the trail or in the backcountry. So hit the link in the description and customize your wrap and use SledSend 4 for 20% off at checkout.
SledSend listeners, welcome back to the next episode of the SledSend podcast. As always, really appreciate you guys tuning in, whether you are watching or listening, regardless of what platform you are on. I appreciate you guys being here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode with the ladies that took over the show from the Albany Lodge Ladies Clinic ride. This episode I've got this guy.
Yeah, boy.
I've got Coby, our very first athlete. You guys by this time should all know him.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, Shay and Jose are tied up with some family stuff, so they're not able to make it on. But that's all right.
I like mixing it up a little, man.
Yeah, we've got Jeff, as always. The last episode was from the ladies' ride, and we were supposed to film an episode on the 15-hour drive back, but I think we were all pretty smoked, so it never
Typical
got brought
story.
up.
Everybody was snoring on Coby again coming home.
Yeah, I actually was sleeping a little bit.
Every one of you was.
But I wasn't feeling very good.
Homeboy behind the camera was like, dude, I was driving through the night and like, not good, boy. Not good. Yeah, dude, I was listening to Mr. Rogan.
I'll have Jeff pop this up. I know
Joe
we say
Rogan.
that a lot of times and we forget to, but Jeff will pop this one up.
Dude, that wasn't for very long.
I got all three of you, Jose and Coby, zonked out.
I don't know when that was, but that wasn't for very long.
That was on the way. That was on the way to Albany, but
No, it wasn't, because I didn't ride in the back seat on the way to Albany.
oh, that's true. That was on the way back. You are correct. When Shay was driving.
Yeah, boy.
So yeah, let's start off with that. Again, obviously, first huge special shout out to Albany Lodge for not only hosting the ladies' clinic ride. I think this was their third year doing that, and all the proceeds go to the Trixie Strong Foundation. This was our second year there, and
Trixie Strong.
Yep. It was
Pretty neat
good
foundation, really.
Yeah.
If everybody doesn't know what it is, they just
colon cancer.
Yeah, they do a big women's ride, and it's a foundation for women's cancer, and that's a good thing to support. I don't care who you are. Yeah. So it was pretty neat. I think, was it Jose's first time?
Yeah, Jose's first time to Albany because he didn't go with us last year.
Yeah, I think he had fun. I mean, everybody had fun. It's a good time. Shout out to the boys that own that place. Yep. Couldn't thank them, anymore. They treated us like royalty, so that was nice.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. Good experience. Pretty good turnout for girls, I would say. I mean, not quite as much as the previous year.
Yeah, I think regardless,
quite a bit.
Depends on what you gauge like turnout on, and I think turnout's it's pretty big on. They were excited. They had fun. Like all the girls had great reactions, and so to me, I'm like, that's good turnout.
Yeah.
The numbers might not have reflected.
What group were you with?
I was with Julie and Maggie, I think.
Is that intermediate or were you?
I think beginners. Yep, beginners. Yeah, we were getting sleds on edge, baby. Getting them on edge, doing that dangling. I went up to this one girl, I'm like, let's dangle, girl. And she's like, what's dangling? And I'm like, where you just hang a leg, girl, hang a leg. And she was like, yeah, and she started hanging, and she was hanging a leg. So, yeah, it was pretty good. But we had one chick in our group. She got pretty stuck in the trees. Had to have Jose, come over there. And it was funny because when I showed up, she's like, oh, my gosh, I broke it. Oh no, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, girl, if you've seen half of the things that the boys that I ride with do to sleds, I'm like, you wouldn't be worried about this unstuck. Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. The snow wasn't what exactly I'd like it to be, but I think, like I was talking to somebody, I think when you take a group of, regardless if they're, great riders, intermediate, but we had every group skill level. Yeah. You take 50-plus people on the mountains, you don't need 2 to 3 feet of powder.
Yeah.
That'd have been a day that we would have all been not entitled for.
Yeah, no, I think it was like 50 degrees, not a cloud in the sky.
Blue bird.
Yeah, well, the first day that we rode on Friday, I mean, I was in shorts and a T-shirt underneath
you was redder than a lobster.
Yeah, I got sunburned as heck.
I was pretty red too, but I embraced it. I tanned pretty well. I'm like, I like the red. Jeff, are you a little red?
Yeah, I think Jeff we all got pretty sunburnt. Shay got super sunburnt.
Jose didn't get red. Yeah. He's just where he's at.
Yeah,
I rode stagnant right in the middle.
I rode with Peyton for the advanced group. That was pretty good. I think there was only five or six girls that were in that.
How'd they do?
They did awesome. They did better than me. I got stuck in.
When you think advanced, like, what are we talking here? Like these chicks.
I mean, so
could they go dangle?
It's
because I last year I think I rode with the beginner too. I want to say maybe not.
I think you were with me with intermediate last year.
Yeah, you're right, Dan.
Yeah. I don't think any of the SledSend boys went with. No, because you were with Shay last year, right? And it was you and me.
Yeah,
so it was just 4 of us. Yeah, so I don't
blood in, blood out, stick together
with the advanced. But I mean, I was thinking about this while we were there too, right? Like everybody kind of has a different definition for the word advanced.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, that's what I was asking.
Advanced to so and so might mean something different than advanced to me.
Yep.
Right, but no, they all did.
All perspective.
They all did really, really well. There was one of the girls got pretty stuck, and then Peyton pulled up to help her below her, and then I pulled up behind Peyton, got the girl unstuck, and then Peyton took off, and then I dropped into a huge tree.
Huge.
Dude, I got so stuck. Every single one of those girls had to help me, or they offered to come. They didn't have to.
Awesome.
I tried to tell them not to, but
I wish I had been that on camera.
Couple shovels out. Yeah, it was great. The 146 was straight up and down.
Peyton didn't get no pictures or videos. All them chicks pulling out.
One of the clients did. She was like, I hope you don't mind I put this on Facebook. And I was like, go ahead. It's totally fine.
Yes, sir.
But no, it was a really cool event. I'm glad that we went over there and partook in that. So
and that might be last one there at that location.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, what the future's going to hold there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I wonder what everybody else thinks.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
a lot of goers to that place, and I think it's a lot to do with the owners.
Yep.
How they treat people and how nice they've been, the relationships they've all treated or created, I mean.
Yep.
But
yeah, absolutely. So, all right, last thing before we get into kind of the title or the topic, I guess, of this episode. What are you about to do tomorrow? Where are you going?
Yeah, dude. We're going. I had to think. I was like, wait a minute here. Let me hold on.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah. Dude, I get lost in the week. It's crazy, I used to not listen to people that were older than me that much. And they always tell you wait till it's going to catch up with you. It goes fast. It starts, starts going. And I'm like, man, oh man, it really does. Time flies. Winter's, it's not nearing an end, but it sure is for me.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'm loading up with Tate Gentry. Some may know him. He's one of our boys. Yep. Me, him, and his girlfriend, Molly. We are loading up and headed to McCall at about 6 a.m. We're going to be the early bird. We're getting up there around 11 or 12, I think. Whatever, the timing works out. 12, somewhere right in there. We're going to lose an hour. And then we're going to actually scoot into, we're going to do the exact same thing we did, like the backwoods ride.
Yeah.
We're going right into Bergdorf. We're going to go hit the hot spring. It's just 3 of us, so we're just going to go enjoy that for the couple hours, and while everybody's working their way up, we rented a 30-person cabin or house. I don't know if you call it a cabin, whatever you want to call that, a lodge. Yeah, 30-person lodge mansion, downtown McCall, Idaho, and it's over kind of by the golf course. So that's should be pretty fun. It's got like everything. This house has ping pong, air hockey, pool, poker tables, hoop shoot inside. Like it's got hot tub. It's got everything, grills, the big kitchen, dining. It's got, the only thing, it doesn't have a lot of seating in the living room, kind of almost similar to what we ran into, previously.
What's the parking going to be like, though?
Horrible. You can only have 6 to 7 people parked there. So we've got some ideas. I don't really want to just throw that out there in case we're not supposed to be doing it. But, I don't know who's listening doesn't like me on here, but.
I don't know.
You never know. You never know.
Comment below.
Careful, boys. But no, we're gonna go shred up McCall Friday, Saturday. They're basically getting hammered with snow. I think everywhere's kind of getting hammered right now up high. Yeah. I know Brundage said that they're expecting like a foot or 2 of new. So, which it needs it. Everywhere got hard, so it better have 2 feet, or else it won't be. But Friday looks like it's going to be the powder day, so we're going to go shred that. Friday should be good. We're going to get up into Wong's and all over the place. We're going to get in there, buddy. We're going to go deep, son. We're going to get into the places where nobody wants you to be, where the sun don't shine. No, we're going to – I don't like to disclose my spots too much, but
it's fine.
You know where they're at. You know where they're at. You've been in there.
Yeah.
You know exactly where I'm going.
Where we went last year?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. So we're going to go up in there for the first day because it shows that the visibility is supposed to be good. And then second day, I think we're probably going to do the C-Sash run. So head towards Bergdorf the same way, but we've got some riding spots out there that we hit that I was telling you guys about the last time. Showed you guys a little bit. Mm-hmm. So those should be pretty killer. Definitely going to have to check Avi Danger over there because,
all this
I'd imagine putting all these slabs on top of that ice. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really read any forecasts yet. I'll talk to Shay Shay. He can hook me up with that stuff. But we're gonna do that. Do the McCall run. I think come home, and then Sunday we're coming home. I might turn around and head to Mount Shasta. Tuesday it sounds like they're getting dumped, so I'd like to go ride Mount Shasta for the first time. Mm-hmm. See what old Luke Youngberg's doing. Pick him up on the way. And then
he's gonna be in Jackson.
And then I was just gonna say, then I'm gonna turn around, flip around, and then I'm gonna hopefully hop in with you guys, and we're gonna go do some cool stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. Have we announced that?
That's why I wasn't disclosing it really yet.
So the SledSend boys, because this will come out on Friday.
Yeah, so. You better announce it now.
Yeah, SledSend boys will be present at Jackson for the first time this year.
Your boys coming to Jackson, baby.
And by the boys, I mean me, Coby, and Shay.
Yeah, and Jeff. Jeff, you're coming, right? Yeah, attaboy. He said he's working on it.
There's a hotel room for him. His own bed and everything. Jethro
is working on it. Gonna go on working on. Come on, Jeff. He's speechless, bro. Can't even say it. Ask the thing, man. Ask the thing.
We should have. Oh, that's what we should do, dude. Is you need a mic to ask us the questions, anyways, too.
Yeah, we should have rigged him up with a mic.
Yeah, we should. But yeah, so we're gonna go to Jackson. We're gonna head over there Thursday.
We're gonna run it.
Friday, I'm gonna partake in a Polaris Ambassador ride.
You're gonna put me in the tunnel bag, and then I'll just
You might just come. You might,
just kidding.
Might just come with us, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think they'd allow that. But
it's.
We'll see what they say.
Possibility.
Yeah. If not, dude, there's gonna be a bunch of people there. I could probably just.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that because we're all in one truck. I think we're gonna take Shay's pickup in either his trailer or your Logan, whichever you want to do.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for you guys to like drop me off. Like you might as well just ride out of the same place.
Yeah.
That way we're all right there.
We'll just be lurking.
So
in the
we'll
woods.
do that we'll ride Friday, and then Saturday we'll be up on the hill, watching the carnage.
And Jeff and
Jose are gonna catch.
Are catching sleds. Mm-hmm. That was some big talk, wasn't it,
dude? Jose was
some
all
real
over
big talk coming home. I'm about tired of these dogs over here doing a lot of barking and no biting.
I wasn't barking. That was all Jose.
Yeah,
but he just got a promotion at work and running his own crew now and stuff, so he can't take the time.
Yeah.
But it's all right. He could. Yeah,
Them chihuahuas. Yeah. You gotta watch them. Chihuahuas.
But
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Heydays, and I'm standing here with Dayton from Albany Lodge, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what they have to offer.
Hey guys, so we're a certified Polaris Adventures outfitter located in Albany, Wyoming. We have 13 cabins and 9 hotel rooms. We offer a fleet of sleds in the winter for rent as well as in the summer of side-by-sides. If you guys are looking to do something a little bit different, we offer guiding, fishing guides, all of the above. At the end of the day, get dirty, get tired, stop in the bar and grab a drink, a bite to eat, have a good time.
Heck yeah, and be sure to use SledSend 4 for 15% off the lodging and their entire rental fleet, whether you're here for the winter to ride sleds or in the summer for side-by-side.
yeah, so that's kind of the update. That took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but yeah, let's get into the topic of this this episode.
Yeah, dude, but if you're going to Jackson, hit us up. Sorry, just want to disclaimer that one more time. Because I will show you what's up.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about Snowcheck.
Tyler said he might streak the mountain.
Since that Polaris and Skidoo has released all their stuff, by this time everybody's pretty much aware of what is out there. So we're kind of going to go through it and talk about it a little bit. But just because we get a lot of new listeners, honestly, kind of every episode, for anybody that doesn't know, Coby, what is Snowcheck? What does that mean?
Snowcheck's usually what I considered. I think everybody would probably have a different definition of it, but it's where you can pre-order snowmobiles a little before anybody else. I think everybody else gets a different date line to order sleds if I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure Snowcheck is you get the first dibs to the first lineup that came out, and it's not only the first lineup, but it's usually a limited edition. So they come out with a certain colorway and certain things you can put on that sled that you can only get during Snowcheck. Yep, yep. So Snowcheck exclusive stuff that you cannot get outside of that timeline. They give you a month, I believe it is, to Snowcheck, and that's going on right now. So everybody that hears this, I'm sure you're gonna maybe hit a little plug for.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, if you choose to Snowcheck through our local dealer, which is Morrow County Grain Growers, for anybody that does choose to do that, show me proof, and when your sled arrives, I will hook you up with a free SledSend hoodie of your choice, as well as Morrow County is going to hook you up with a free jug of oil as well.
Yeah, that stuff's expensive. I just went and bought some of that.
So,
but yeah, so that's Snowcheck. Another big one is warranty. When you Snowcheck, you get warranty with your sled, and I heard that there's maybe something they're bumping to 3-year on one of the sleds. I didn't see that. I haven't been too.
I'm not 100% sure.
Too searched into it. I'm not sure. Maybe Jeffro, we can get a little something on that. See how many years of warranty we can that we're getting on the new Polaris sleds.
Yeah. Jeff's on it.
My dad. The only reason why I say this is because my dad. Typical Cliff. They didn't come out with too much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, and then he goes, 3 years warranty, but. They did that. They kind of snuck that in there when they first did it too, but it's like, well, the 3-year warranties for like the only 850s or something like that, or the only 9R or something like that. So, not sure, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know that much about Snowchecks. I was gonna hopefully wait to get somewhat of a biased opinion when I hear stuff from you about the Snowchecks. So,
yeah. I mean, you kind of did a pretty good job of explaining what it is. But let's go over the updates for 26 for Polaris.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I haven't.
Yeah, so I mean the biggest things is the limited edition that is in a Pro and a Chaos boost and 9R.
Yeah. So what is?
It's unique colorway. It's got some chrome in the graphics, and then it's got a Barant edition heavy duty. Front bumper, rear bumper, and then a special limited edition Barant handlebar bag.
So is the limited edition, are they calling that a Snowcheck, or is the
Yes.
limited edition? Okay.
Yeah.
So
to my understanding, it's only Snowcheck exclusive.
So the sleds aren't saying LE,
we'll
right? Like the sled's not going to say Player Chaos Matrix / LE.
I don't think it's in the.
It's not like a
title.
limited edition version, is it? Or
it might have like a badge on it or something.
Okay, so
but
it is.
it's not. I don't think it's within the title.
So it's kind of like
on
a
the sled.
50th year anniversary or
Yeah,
limited
kinda.
edition.
Yeah, it's
type,
just a limited edition.
Terrain Dominator, those ones they came out with, maybe.
Yeah. So it's.
I've
I
seen
mean,
that.
nothing. The only difference is like the colorway, like that limited edition. You can only get that colorway in the limited edition.
Yeah.
Plus the front rear bumper and that bag.
Yeah.
To my understanding, how I understood it. But then you have just the regular.
Man, that's
regular
crazy to me,
Snowcheck
dude.
options with different colorways and stuff. But as far as like, I honestly kind of think that's all that they've made for changes. It's pretty interesting too. Like after it came out, like everybody's always got something to say, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just interesting.
Everybody
/
probably pooped on
entertaining
'em.
going through a Polaris post and going through the comments. I mean, people just
Trashing.
oh my gosh, and I think it's that way
Being
for
idiots,
any OEM,
dude.
right? But it's
like if you're
it's
one of those
pretty
people,
cringy.
don't do it. Yeah, don't do it.
I don't know.
Just
I don't-
support the community, because it's like sledding is not doing that great as a whole anyways right now. So
Yep.
yeah, let's take the hate out of it.
So
Why do you guys think they played it safe?
well, that's
Playing
that's
it
a good-
well. Yeah, are they playing it safe, or what are they playing? What do you think they're doing? What is the plan here?
Or is there a
why
new
do you
chassis
think they
next
held
year?
back for like way more changes and updates?
I think Jeff was pretty right. I've talked to the dealer about it too, so I know how many sleds that they're now obligated to. I'm not going to give that up just because that's a dealer thing, and with old Ralph. But they're not going to shove a whole bunch of sleds down their throats this next year because they can't. Like the dealers cannot get them sold. People aren't buying sleds at all. So I think what Jeff said is they're kind of doing like a tactic move. They kind of need to clean house a little bit before they start restocking, or clean house before you eat all the cereal you got before you show the kids the new cereal. Don't bring the new cereal out, because then the old stuff ain't going to get eaten no more. It's going to go bad. So I think that's definitely what they're doing. But I'm a firm believer in they change. I thought they used to change the chassis every 4 or 5 years. They proved us wrong with the Matrix. This is
So the
seventh
Axis
year.
came out in 16, and then the Matrix came out in 22. So that's 6 years.
Yeah. So and
I think that 28 will be a big change.
yeah, you think 28 will?
As
We got to wait another
as far
2
as,
years,
like,
3.
big.
However many in
chassis.
that? I don't know what 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah,
Big
3
chassis.
years. Dang. I think it's coming. They're either doing big chassis or big motor next year.
Well, they might do like a 9R boost next year, possibly. But I mean,
Yeah.
as far as like the chassis, like a big chassis change, like huge change, I think 28. That's just my guess, though.
That's
I
wild.
obviously
I
don't
mean,
have
sooner or
any data
later, they're
to-
just going to make these things hovercrafts. So I don't know when that's coming.
I don't have any data to back that up, so I don't know. That's just like what
Yeah.
I'm guessing or assuming. But so
I found a
here's
pretty good news source, man. I'm going to start using them next time, because they called exactly what was, whoever they talked to knew.
so Jeff asked that question that you just asked again.
What I just asked?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why do you guys think they played it safe?
Yeah. So here's some data that's pulled off of the Minneapolis Business Journal. States that 2024 was a bumpy year for Polaris and all motorsports companies, but manufacturers slashed production output to avoid leaving dealers with unwanted inventory. Sales overall fell 20% to $7.17 billion in 2024. Now that's not just sleds, right? That's everything that Polaris makes.
But it's mainly, it's a lot of sleds.
But so, high interest rates, inflation, and lower demand from dealers and consumers contributed to a slower 2024 than originally expected. Polaris is expecting sales to decline another 1% to 4% in 2025, which would put full year revenue between 6.89 billion and 7.1 billion.
It's dropping, bro.
Another topic too is with everything else going on in the world, right? Like proposed tariffs have caused another question for Polaris. The company announced earlier this month that it may implement a surcharge on some goods sold in the U.S. if the Trump administration announces tariffs on Mexican imports, if that continues. So
yeah, man. Well, like, I don't know. Polaris charges enough. You'd think that we just use all the materials from America anyways. It's expensive. Give us some good material, bud.
So
you know,
I just wanted to provide
to
provide some data to kind of answer your question for the listeners. To
that's big,
something
dude.
to think about.
That's a lot of money lost.
And it's not just that's not just Polaris. I mean, they're not the only one that's feeling that.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to the other people. We'll talk a little on them and how business is going for them.
I mean, I don't have those exact data numbers for Skidoo and Arctic Cat, but we'll get there in a little bit. But
wait till that Doge 5K reimbursement hits, though. Everyone's snow checking then.
I don't know what that you just said, buddy.
He is unaware of what that is.
It's politics shit. Okay,
so
next question is, if they should have done any upgrades, what should they have done?
Yeah, that's
well, they're like stuff, if there's a weak point or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'll answer that first because that that question was kind of asked like 2 episodes ago when I did the walkthrough on this 25 boost of mine. And, maybe Coby might have some different things. He's a little bit harder on sleds than I am. But I mean, for me, it's like, what would you change or what would you like to see done? Like, the changes that they made from 24 to 25 were, in my opinion, pretty awesome refinements. Nothing too crazy. But, things like this, that's pretty nice. The throttle, right?
Yeah.
That was an awesome update. And something that they had been working on for a long time, and Polaris knew that change needed to come.
You did break it, though.
Yes, I did break the throttle housing on my first ride. Thanks, Jeff. I don't know. It's tough because these sleds are so sick that it's kind of hard to come up with changes. But I
think it's more or less not an upgrade, but like, what could they fix that keeps having issues?
I actually do have one. If they could figure out a way to wrap the foam of the seat in plastic to make it waterproof.
Yeah.
Because that foam soaks up with water, and then you have a lightweight seat that's 20 pounds filled with water.
Yeah, but if you wrapped it, then it wouldn't breathe.
True.
It'd be airtight,
True.
so it really wouldn't be able to squeegee up and
or
down.
even foam on the...
My thought was it needs to be made out of like a
plastic
different material, like a purple bed, that rubbery type of something like
my bed
that.
is. Best bed I've ever slept on.
Yeah, they're awesome. I've sat on a couple of them. I don't have one. But the things that I'm thinking, but I'm like, maybe it's just wishing. I don't know if this is things that other people are thinking, and maybe this is the perfect place to find out if other people are or aren't.
Yeah.
But my thoughts are like, we're spending so much money on these sleds, right? And they've got them at such a high price. Why is there such still small fail points? And what I mean is like a ski rubber. Why are they still putting cheap ski rubbers in these things? Why have they not made a deal with a ski rubber company, or why have they not just made their own bigger ski rubber to somewhat copy or replica another ski rubber, right? It's like everybody replaces those. That's a big one. Air intake. Everybody's asking for more air. These turbos are needing more air. That's the best thing for more air. I'm just surprised that they have stuck with just the one side panel of air boxes. That's one that surprises me. Their shocks are good, but I'm like I said, I'm kind of...
Don't roll over the cord.
I'm surprised that they haven't started working with people, because it seems like whatever they do, they kind of follow Barant, right? And I don't think they can get the deal with Fox because Arctic Cat, and now maybe that window may open up here soon.
Well, you can get the Fox dynamic shocks on trail sleds from Polaris
just order them. Yeah. Well, can you get it on the trails or the mountain sleds? So that's kind of, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't, because everybody even says the velocity shocks are good, but everybody usually takes them, gets them valved, or replaces them. I like my shocks better than my velocities, but the velocities are good.
But the
no takeaway.
One issue there too is that like Polaris, in my opinion, has to make a judgment for a very, very, very wide consumer base, right? Like when you go to valve your shocks, those are valved specifically to your weight.
Yeah.
Right. So like Polaris has this huge net of all of these different consumers that are all different skill level, all different weight, all different riding style, all different, right? So they have to make something that appeases to the masses.
Yeah.
Versus something that niche.
Yeah. And I guess, I don't know, maybe I don't know how, necessarily hard that would be or complicated, but it's like they couldn't hire somebody to valve those, and when you couldn't enter, I'm paying $23,000 for this snowmobile. There can't be a little part where I enter what my height is and how much I weigh.
When you snow check it to have that as an option to.
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm surprised they haven't worked with either a shock company to put like your shock you want on it. It just seems like everybody's going to building things. Everybody's building things. The dealerships are kind of getting ran out, right? Well, Polaris likes the dealerships. Well, if they want to help the dealerships, then you need to be able to build them a little bit more from the factory. It's like if you got that whole whipping deal or whatever, they discount it. I don't know to see if that can happen, but just one thing that I'm saying would be the suspension. Another big one would be this right here. I really think they need to change their tunnels. They need to change this. They need to do something. And what I mean is this is sheer cut sharp metal. All this.
That's all new for the 25s. 24s weren't like that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. They changed it, and I think they need to change it back. It tore my track off up in McCall. Remember when it kind of went off, lopped off? Well, I just noticed a lot of people's are hitting this. It's just way too sharp, man. And there's no clearance right there. I get you can have you want your sled to be skinny, but it's just like, really, dude? I'd sacrifice a 1/4 inch right there to make sure my track doesn't tear off in the backcountry, because that could be something super detrimental. I don't know how other people are tearing tracks, but that would be one. I think if they keep souping them up with power like they're doing, I think they need to add a little bit something more fuel. I think there needs to be 1 more gallon of fuel on board. Everybody, you used to be able to get 80 miles with them, pretty solidly, 70 miles. And if you're in deep powder, you're lucky to get 50 with these, and you're running out. And it's like a lot of the places you ride, it takes at least 10 to 15 to get in there, even if it is deep and fun. It's like, well, we still want to get back there.
Yeah.
Well, these trips where you got to pack 5 gallons, and I know I do. I have a 3 gallon and I have a 1.5, so I pack 4.5 gallons usually on my tunnel, and then I'm still needing more fuel. So it's like, I don't know. The only thing I could think of is maybe possibly use some of this unused space, these curvatures, whatever, and make it a little bit more of not necessarily a cool looking fuel tank, but maybe add a little bit more space. I don't know. I don't know if you can make one out of aluminum or stick to plastic, but those would be kind of my deals. The air intake, the fuel, and the suspension and ski rubbers. Other than that, I feel like everything's pretty solid. They got grade A arms. The motors are pretty dang good.
Yeah.
The headlights are good. The hoods are heavy, but that's what happens when you put a computer on board.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. In the
yeah.
But something that I'm not willing to not have.
Oh, heck no. I wish all... This is for everybody. I wish they would start being compatible.
Yeah.
The ride. They said that they were going to be, but they're not.
Well, I mean, it's in the...
I talked to a Skidoo guy, and they said that it's supposed to be, and then I talked to and he's like, no, they're not going to be compatible.
It's in conversations. I just... I kind of feel it's from the standpoint of like the ride command and Polaris's tech is way far ahead of others. And so they're kind of waiting for the other OEMs
Let's
to catch
too bad
up
that Polaris wouldn't just be like,
I don't
here,
know.
have it. Like, just have
Dude,
it and catch on.
It's been brought up on the podcast so many times, and it's so many people have shared concerns and thoughts about it. Like, I'm right there with everybody. I mean, I agree. The OEM shouldn't matter when it comes to a safety aspect like that,
Unfortunately, that's business, though.
So,
last question.
is there anything else that you think that you would make some changes to or updates or anything?
Let me think about that one. Yeah, dude. Shoot.
Don't forget the cameras over here.
Yeah, well, I keep looking at this sled. Maybe they just did. They did. The back bumper. They needed to do something with the back bumper.
Yeah.
Make it stronger, and they did. So that's good. No, dude, I don't know.
Only on the limited edition, though.
So you don't think you'll be able to get that bumper on a Snowcheck sled? Have you tried?
I haven't, no, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Might be able to, but I don't think you can.
I mean, everybody seems to change these and break these. I wouldn't say I'm the nicest guy with my sled, and I've never had subframe problems. I didn't have any problems with my sled this year with the running boards. Knock on wood. I would definitely run the backwoods, fix for that if I needed. But
Yeah.
I'm a big don't fix it till you break it type of guy. Not that that's always great, but
Yeah.
I can get out of the back country if that breaks.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but with that being said, like, what do you think's going to come for the 27?
Hey, it's Robin Cook with Truck Boss Decks. Just wanted to show off our 8-foot Truck Boss. It's 100% aluminum, made in America. You never have to take it off in the summertime. A year-round use, dry and secure storage underneath.
Yeah, absolutely. And be sure to use SledSend 4 on the website for 5% off to upgrade your adventure with Truck Boss decks.
Oh man, I want to be a firm believer that they are saving up for something this next season, because this year, not that they didn't come out with new stuff, but they didn't come out with a whole lot. So, like we kind of said, maybe they're saving up at the bank. Maybe they got other whatever avenues they're searching for.
Sure.
I hope they're saving up, and I want a new chassis. I don't think there's anything wrong with this one, but it just seems like I feel like we could make it more sleek. Like it's just still kind of big and round, And I don't like them big and round ones. I like them nice and curvy ones.
Well, I think it's a huge improvement from the Axis chassis. I mean, I like the Axis chassis, but
yeah, dude, I like them both. I like them both.
A big improvement from the Axis for sure.
This feels
big
like
change.
a dirt bike in comparison to the Axis.
Yeah.
For me,
I think they're pretty dang similar, really. I'd be curious. Have you hopped back on Jose's a bunch at all, or no?
just at halfway.
Yeah.
It's a lot wider.
I think
your legs are a lot farther apart.
Yeah, that's because they had more space in the fuel tank back in the day. They had the big round ones, which I do like these ones. It does feel comfortable. There's just not much in between your legs. Yeah. But every sled feels different. You just got to get used to it. I think the 9R boost is definitely coming. Everybody loves more power, and that's the most simple, easy way. Like it's been tested, proved. Everybody's running it.
Yeah. Do you think that that's going to be the same price, or do you think that's going to
it'll be more. Price? Oh yeah, it'll be another $1,000 or $2,000 more. It's going to be a $25,000 snowmobile. It's retarded.
Because the limited edition right now is $24 flat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it'll be more money, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's getting expensive. It's like it's just not even like becoming to be, it's becoming to be hard, really. Because you look at it and you're like, man, I am spending $250,000 on a toy that only I can ride. You know what I mean?
At most 5 months out of the year, probably too. At most. Probably more like 3
and I'm only getting 3 right now. Mm-hmm. Barely. You're not even getting all that 3, man. You get 2 if you're lucky. 2 solid. When you add up all the days and all the weekends. 2 straight. We do it about 6 weeks. 6-7 good weeks is what you get. Weekends or whatever.
I heard Trump's signing an executive order to subsidize the sled community.
Oh yeah.
I wish. I wish. Yeah, dude, I wish. So I don't know. That's another big thing. Is it's kind of like maybe that's why they're not doing anything. Maybe they were gonna release it, but I guarantee you they're not dumb and they're saying the same exact things that we're saying, right?
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, and
100%.
there's a guy going, we probably couldn't release it. Nobody's going to buy it if you do release it. So it's a horrible time to release it. Screw it. Let's just hold it in the bank. We'll wait till everybody gets tired of these sleds in 2 or 3 years, and then we'll release it, I don't know.
Maybe another thing too with like limited updates. It's given an opportunity for more people to go and purchase some of the holdovers in the inventory that's already in stock, right? Like, I don't know. There's so many. Yeah. I don't know. The whole sledding industry as a whole is in a really, really weird place right now. From OEMs to gear companies to whatever, right? Everyone in between.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting time.
Yeah, dude. And
but I did want to, just because I mentioned earlier too, I want to talk a little bit about Skidoo and Arctic Cat. Like, for those of you that have been, fans of SledSend, you know that the 5 core team members, we all ride Polaris.
I still rip Cat and Skidoo from time to time if anybody will let me.
Yeah.
Dude, I ripped Tom's Cat.
Yeah.
I ripped Tom's Cat. I ripped that girl's Lynx up with the girls ride. Yeah, dude. I don't know about a Skidoo though. I haven't been on a Skidoo in a minute.
Yeah, I've been on the Gen 5 for a minute and the Gen 4 too. But did you see?
Looks like they made a lot of
release?
updates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're trying to still catch up with Polaris.
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, it looks like, I believe it's the Summit X is like 14 pounds lighter.
Yeah, I don't know what they got rid of there, baby, but they got rid of something.
I mean, the new forged aluminum upper control arms, new
put that
front
buddy
S
on.
module.
Yeah.
So it's a breakdown right here. So that saved a pound and a half. Short,
What
super
was the
short.
biggest one?
I'll get there. Super short tunnel design that shaved off 5 pounds.
Yeah, heck yeah. I like
shorter
that.
heat exchanger, which is less coolant. So
Yeah,
that shaves
good luck,
off
boys. Welcome
2
to the club.
pounds. Lightweight airbox. New lightweight T-Motion X with coilover rear suspension.
Sheesh.
New Powder Max ultralight track. It's about 2 pounds.
Well, you'll guys start throwing lugs like us.
Delete external limiter adjuster.
Huh?
And the limiter adjuster.
Limiter strap?
Yeah, you know how the Skidoos, they can change it?
I'm not a Skidoo guy.
Well, they can. There's like a little. Neither am I. And this is just from. Not that I know anything. Comment below if you want to put us on blast. That's totally fine. I don't care.
I don't care.
But there's a. I think it might be on the other side. But there's
Put
a
me
little
on
lever
blast,
here
son.
that you can change the length of the limiter strap from like crazy
Well,
wheelie
that's pretty
mode
neat.
to then like bring it
Yeah.
back to what we would consider a pro, right? They can
So Gabe must have
change
just
that.
had that thing stuck on like not go anywhere or what?
And they got a new snow flap and brake light assembly too. So I'm sure there's a couple more updates. I think that was just regarding towards like the Summit X, but I mean we're not too familiar with Skidoo, obviously, because we don't spend any time on them.
Yeah.
But we do recognize the fact that a lot of our listeners, don't just ride
And they're good
Polaris.
sleds, dude. Like,
Right,
they're
other-
good sleds. I don't care who you are. There's a lot of people
All
that
of them are.
rip Skidoos, man.
Yep, Arctic Cat too.
And some great athletes. I still think Nick Pano is unreal on a Skidoo.
Mm-hmm.
Homie whips that thing around, them little 154 free rides. I got to ride with Isaac this year on one, and he shredded a 146 turbo, dude, and just... He throttled that thing till he blew the belt out of her, and then he kept throttling her some more, I'm like, heck yeah. He rode that thing hard, and his buddy Pat, he rode that Skidoo really well. That guy was, he was flipping around. Pat was a good rider.
I don't know if it's on the Summit or one of the different styles.
I bet you them boys
they
be
narrowed-
picking up some new ones.
They narrowed to 32-inch.
Did they
Yeah.
listen to their riders? Kind of seems like it.
Did the
Everyone we
riders
know
want
seems pretty
skinnier
happy.
stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, just in general. With all
I'd
the
like to ride
upgrades.
one, dude.
I mean, let us, for those of you that are listening, that are Skidoo guys, like, let us know your thoughts. What'd you think of the release of the 26s and the updates that they made?
It seems like they kind of did the biggest stuff in the market this year, so
Yeah.
well, sure wasn't Arctic Cat.
Yeah. I don't know. Jeff, do we want to touch on anything else Skidoo related?
What are their new colors? What kind of colors do they get?
Dude, they got my color.
Polaris has your color too, I think.
Polaris also has your color in a pro.
No, they have a limited edition, don't they? My color.
Limited edition's only the orange and dark blue.
What's that? What's the lime green and blue one that I seen?
It's a pro.
That's a pro.
Oh yeah, that's gross. Those aren't my colors. Those are like.
But they did come out with a Chaos that's almost like your 24, the olive green and the radiant.
Olive green. You mean your 24 or mine?
Your 24. I took your panels off your 24 because they were green.
Gotcha.
Remember?
Gotcha. Yeah. It's white and green, right? That 9R? Or no, maybe I just seen a variation of it.
That's an additional one.
That one looked clean.
White with the
green. Yeah, really that looked like you might get that one.
I guess we never asked that. Are you getting a 26?
No. No, I don't think so.
What's the point?
Kind of what I said. I spend so much money on building my sled, and I'm not a racer. I'm not a, I mean, we've got, the squad and all of our sponsors for sure. That helps. But I don't think I just need to do it just to do it, right? I love building and I love the content, but I think that I might just we might just pick up another spare sled. And like I said, we might be able to throw a couple things on that, and build a 9R, like just a spare sled or something like that. But I got my hands full with the sled I have. I still have that 146 that I swap back and forth, and I barely got to ride that very much. So unless somebody's listening to this and wants my snowmobile, they can come talk to me, and if they want to buy it, I'm more than willing to sell it, but I'm not really going to try to push to sell it.
Sure.
Snowcheck used to be different. Like my dad said, he goes, back in the day when you Snowcheck, they'd send you all this stuff. They'd send you jackets, blankets, hats, koozies.
Dude, where the hell are our blankets?
You'd get like $200 worth of stuff with it, right? They treated you well, and you got 4 to 5 years warranty when you Snowchecked. If you didn't Snowcheck, you didn't get the warranty. But if you Snowchecked, you got, I don't know if it was 3, 4, 5. Everybody can, every year has probably changed. I'm pretty sure it used to be 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But
he has a point.
No, it's a big point. Like me and my dad have been talking about this the last 4 or 5 years of snow checking because we've been doing it. I've been hucking $24,000 down the drain at a snowmobile that I'd turn around and completely remodel. It's like buying a house from Marlette Homes, putting it up, going inside and gutting the whole thing, and then having a gut, and then having somebody redo it. It's like, why'd you buy that? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know. The snow
they
check.
cost the same.
Probably. So, man, that, so circle back. I went on a rant there, but the snow check thing is just getting so expensive that it's making me mad is what it's doing.
What you're saying is we need blankets.
I mean, it'd help. I'm not saying it's got to be a nice one, but dude, anything.
You got a glass, didn't you?
A mug. Dog, a glass. You slapped a sticker on a Chinese mug.
He wants a U.S. mug.
Dude, like, come on. And then they send you this big old thank you from whoever, and it's like, well, you're welcome. You fooled me.
Don't forget you got one of those too, didn't you?
You got me. No, I didn't get one of those. You had to go claim it from your dealership. My dad got one. Whatever. I don't need one.
That's for the 70th edition.
Mm.
Yeah. They are kind of cool signs, though. I think our groomer shed got one, so we've stuck one up there, too. I did get a GoPro, or my dad got one, so I got one from Polaris. That was a cool promo.
There you go.
So that was a snow check thing. That was cool. I will say that. I'll back off a little bit.
That wasn't even snow check. That was just buying a brand new sled.
Yeah. Well, see, so that's a pretty cool promo, though.
Yeah.
But,
absolutely.
But the thing is what I'm saying, that shouldn't be, you shouldn't just trick people into saying that month. It's like, dude, if you buy a $24,000 snowmobile, give the guy a GoPro, man. Give them a $300 GoPro. If they buy them in mass from GoPro, they could make a deal with GoPro.
Yeah.
And get an order of 10,000 GoPros to give away. Mm-hmm. And then everybody would be happy and you'd make more money. Incentive is what I'm saying. It's more. We need more incentive to snow check. I don't have no. Everybody goes, Coby, do you want a snow check? No. I don't have no incentive, man. The only reason I want to is because I want to support Morrow County Grain Growers.
I mean, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, I'm not bashing on them at all.
I don't think it's.
I'm stating what has happened to the right.
I think it's just the reality of the sledding industry. I mean, that's not Polaris specific.
Yeah, it went corporation, and I think that's kind of where I mean, what do you expect, right? It's not a mom and pop business no more. It's not gonna be.
As the moderator, we gotta jump to the next one.
Yeah,
Jump
we can
it.
talk. I accidentally deleted all the notes on my thread that I had.
Nice, good stuff.
So
You deleted?
We did need to touch on Arctic.
Yeah, let's recap their situation.
Be a quick
I mean,
subject.
they've shut down production in a lot of areas and currently looking for a buyer. And I don't know. It's weird to talk about it because like I've heard so many different things. So like I don't know what's what when it comes to them.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad to talk about it, man. Like,
at the end of the day, no matter what, like the idea or concept of losing Arctic is horrible.
yeah, that sucks. I don't want it to happen.
It sucks that Yamaha is no longer a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I definitely.
For the industry as a whole, like any OEM,
Yamaha ain't gonna hit me, or it didn't hit me, but Arctic will.
Yeah.
Like Arctic was a staple, bro. They were some of the originals. They started it, right? And some of their sleds were some of the key staples to mountain riding throughout the stages. And so it's pretty sad to me to see, that they can't
struggle
rebuttal.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think the world's so big now. I think there's so many people out there. I think there's so much money that somebody's just gonna pick it up and they'll run with it. Somebody will try it. Somebody will want to try a new business and they'll think, heck, hopefully the price is right for somebody, basically, and they can make it work, or at least take a shot at it to make it work.
I hope something comes together. I don't want to see it leave.
Because I thought they just finally came out with something cool,
Yeah,
the 858,
chassis,
the Catalyst. Like,
dope.
it seems like the boys are really ripping those around and they like them. Throw a turbo under those, if they could have got that established, I feel like they'd have been top contenders with us.
It is kind of
us, Polaris or Skidoo.
It is kind of weird how they made a big change and then
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
then they're gone.
And it's a good sled. Like, dude, they have one of the arguably the best GPS. I think they have Garmin products, and I think that is killer.
Mm-hmm.
They have Fox shocks, great shocks.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good track, really. 858, that ball valve, like power, whatever that is, delivery throttle deal. Kyle was kind of explaining to me, but the throttle like delivers it on a smooth round ball valve, so that's why the power is so smooth in them. And yeah, I totally agree. Like, they just have some cool inventions that they just came out with, and it's like, dang it, they only gotta let them shine for a year. But I don't know. What do you think's gonna? I mean, a little bit more on business side of things. You think that that's something that just goes down the drain, or you think that's
I would find it pretty hard to believe that it would just disappear. But I mean, just it's up in the air. Right?
Yeah.
Like, what do I know? But that's just a personal opinion thing. But I don't know. I mean, I would love to see something come into play for them, and then them just blow it out of the water in a good way, and have the funding to do the research and the R&D and everything that they need to do to, be pretty close competitors to the other OEMs.
Who do you?
I don't know.
Let's speculate. Who's gonna buy it?
I think CF Moto will. That's who I heard.
CF.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I've heard CF Moto, and then there was another one that was floating around too.
I just see CF Moto. They've always been a company. They've got a lot of stuff out there. And I feel like the reason that CF Moto hasn't succeeded as much as Arctic is because they haven't had the name. But it doesn't mean that their products weren't necessarily like bad. So
were they the ones that purchased KTM?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think a Chinese company purchased KTM.
Well, isn't CF Moto Chinese based?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is not great.
No.
I think. Oh, no. No, I'm wrong about KTM. I thought KTM was purchased by a Chinese company. But
I don't think so. KTM's German, aren't they? KTM's like expensive
Austrian.
European. Yeah, they're not gonna sell to a
well,
Chinese.
I thought I heard that they sold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, that's why I always stood by KTM.
They produced, like, I don't know, I can't remember the number. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but it's like 200 some odd thousand extra bikes that have just been chilling that they can't sell.
Yikes.
Because of the whole COVID boom thing, right?
Homie, you
Stimulus.
guys should just give me one. I'll take one. KTM, if you're listening.
I thought they had sold to someone.
We'll take a
recently.
couple pitsters.
Or no, I think maybe they're doing a lot of their production in China or something now. I don't know. I know a lot of people that ride KTMs are pissed off about something.
Well, dude, a lot of people doing that. They crawling in with China, baby, getting that cheap stuff. Yeah. You know, it's that's how you flip a good profit. Get your stuff from China and sell it to a boy like me in America. You know, because I'd be buying it.
What's hard is who has the balls big enough to go and buy a company in the industry that's just been declining.
Not me. Yeah, I don't want that headache.
Yeah, the math has to math, right?
Well, first of all,
It's
you're
not-
gonna have to have a load of money to be able to ever get it to math.
I don't think it's 100% a business decision. It's got to be someone within the sport that wants to get it back, go in the right direction.
Did Brett Turcotte used to ride an Arctic Cat?
I think so.
Or was he Polaris? I feel like just all the riders, man, everybody's just, you know, other than Kyle and Mav and some of the Black Cat, Riley Kincaid and some guys like that. I feel like there's just no more Arctic Cat riders hardly.
Yeah, there's not.
I mean, there's people that we know that ride them, but I'm talking, you know, influencers. A lot of the influencers, I feel like Polaris has kind of tried to snag them up, which is a good move. But
Yeah, I don't know. And how much of that is the sled itself speaking
Yep.
for itself too?
Yep.
You know, I don't know.
well, I know
Yeah.
social media has had a pretty big influence on it because a lot of the reason why Polaris has had such great success in the previous 6-7 years, you know, I feel like they've really hit that boom with the crazy chaotic build mountain sleds. Everybody's always done it, but now it's like very, very flashy and big and glamour. I think it's because the TikTok, the Instagram reel, you know, so many people have been doing it with the fancy Polarises. Not that there isn't fancy other sleds too, but there's just a swamp of Polarises. So
Well, I
that
mean, you
people-
see way more people.
Deion Sanders
mod.
got 2 Polarises wrapped up, and he don't know what he's doing, you know. But he's got the 2 Polarises wrapped up in gold, baby.
Yeah.
Did you DM him, Tyler? Tell him to come ride with us.
You didn't send him a DM,
No.
What the hell, dude?
dude.
Arctic Cat hooked him up too, or not Arctic Cat,
Arctic
Arctic FX.
Yeah, Arctic FX. Yep.
Dude, I'd hook him up with a full mountain goat tour guide, the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. All right, what do we have to wrap this up? Some hot takes or anything?
Yeah, we're on to
Jeff?
final thoughts.
Yeah, we covered that pretty good. You know, hey, you guys got some thoughts on Snowcheck? Like, let us know what we missed, maybe, because I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. I sure don't know what I'm doing now. So, let us know.
Who should snow check this year?
Who should snow check? Like, out of us, or
well,
just in
like if
general?
someone's on the fence,
I think Shay.
who-
Well,
not
I
someone
don't
we
know.
personally know necessarily, but like, you know, somebody. Obviously, people that snow checked last year doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This
Who
year,
should
right?
snow check this year? You know, the person that's got a little extra money, you know, and you think that you can convince your tax man that this is a heck of a good ride off. That's you. You know, definitely buy one.
Yeah.
Clifford, probably gonna buy one just because he always gets one. Like I said, regardless if we don't snow check, boost, I think we might get a 9R. So maybe us. We always say we won't, but we might.
We know which.
Tyler should snow check. Yeah. If your dad buys my dad's sled, then my dad would snow check. You're supposed to do that and talk to him about that.
Yeah,
Sean,
he took the boost to Holgate
listen
with my
in.
mom last weekend. So
Sean, listen in.
I told him, "Hey, you gonna buy that now?" Actually, I said that to my mom when she got back. When she got to my house, she's like, "That thing's a beast."
Yeah, your mom probably is like, give me a 650. She wants that caddy, bro.
Hey, your dad should buy Cliffs, and then you keep yours for next year.
Yeah, I'll work on them. See what happens.
I think he'd like the 165 more.
Oh yeah.
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It's just like when him and my dad were talking up there, you know, they were kind of, I could hear them. They're like, the 165, you get in trouble. You can just hammer that son of a gun and get out of there, you know. You ain't got to do no whip-de-doos or flip
Way
arounds.
more room for error.
But I I don't know, man. I think whoever wants to snow check. Don't let any of what I said today influence whether you do or not, because I think snow checking is awesome. I love it, and I really would. But I'm thinking about maybe snow checking me a new trailer next year. Maybe snow checking me a new pickup. You know, so I'm like, I got a couple of things that I'm thinking of snow checking besides snowmobile.
Yeah.
My airplane needs a little facelift, you know, some makeup on her. I don't know. I need a full new gear setup. I do know that. I am shy on gear, baby.
Yeah, you are.
I'm low. So, and I don't know, you know.
Well, it's pretty easy. The brand that won this year is Skidoo.
Yeah, dude. I'd
With
say,
upgrades.
Yeah, as far as like the amount of changes and
you know, like and T. Smith's a Polaris ambassador. That's awesome. I'm not a Polaris ambassador, but I might as well be for how much I advocate for him. And I'm not afraid to say that, like, Skidoo took it this year, you know. Polaris still has a phenomenal sled. Like, you can't beat their sled. Yeah. But Skidoo's snow check options.
As far as like the amount of
they
changes,
stepped it up big time,
stuff,
dude.
They did quite a bit.
Yeah, kudos to them guys.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Has it always been back and forth like that? Like, cause I don't know.
No.
I've only been around for a while. Or would they kind of try and drop new chassis and
actually,
around the same time, or
pretty much
close. It seems like Skidoo is always in first. Like Skidoo brought their factory turbo in 21, and then Polaris brought theirs in 22.
Mm-hmm.
So
Skidoo's
maybe next year is a big year for Polaris then.
Skidoo's just such, like, Skidoo is European engineering, right? And Polaris is American engineering. So you got two sides of teams really going at it, right? With help from both sides. Everybody rides both of them. I think
it's Canadian. But
is Skidoo Canadian?
BRP is Canadian, I'm pretty sure.
Canadian, European, whoever.
Lynx
I think
is like Finland.
Well,
so maybe that's what you were thinking, which is BRP.
Yeah,
also,
I thought they were kind of all the same. But anyways, you got two different regions, right? Kind of competing against each other. And so I think you get guys with ideas, and kind of like what Tyler's saying, you know, everybody has the similar ideas, but it's more of a tactic of like, when should we release? You know, and Polaris may wanted to have released, but I truthfully think they thought their turbo was better. So they waited until Skidoos came out with the Gen 4s. They released them. Everybody went, yeah, those things are great. They got 4 or 6 PSI or whatever they had, 4 PSI at the time. Polaris goes, okay, well, have this. Throw a sidekick on the side of these things. And then they were pushing 8 PSI, you know, through the Polarises. And so it's like, that blew those things out of the water. Well, then the Gen 5s, you know, they were like, oh, we're going to bump these things up. So then they caught up, right? So I think it is kind of a piggyback game. That'd be a good question for Cliff Doherty right there. He'd be able to tell you through all the stages. Because I think Skidoo kind of came out with their summits back in 2012, 11, something right in there. Everybody was coming out with mountain sleds. You know, they were coming from the Dragons and the M7s from the Arctic Cats, and I can't remember exactly what the Skidoos were at the time. They were probably a version of the Summit. But everybody just kind of comes out with something that's unique, and then everybody kind of makes their own version of it, and then somebody comes out with something cool again, and then everybody comes out with their own version of it. I think it's one thing I think is really cool is Arctic Cat came out with the Alpha Rail, and nobody is teased with that from the other companies. I don't know if they have a patent that they're the only ones that can do it, or
yeah, they might. I don't know.
But it's like an instance like you're talking, you know, that's something that Arctic Cat has up on everybody, that some people like it and some people don't. And I'm like, well.
Yeah, I do want to say too, piggybacking off that question of you guys are snow checking.
Yeah, what you get?
As a reminder from the beginning of the episode, if you do choose to snow check a Polaris, and if you do choose to snow check through our local dealer, Morrow County Grain Growers, we will hook you up with a free SledSend hoodie of your choice, and Morrow County will hook you guys up with a jug of oil. So
that gold,
just send me proof
baby.
that you snow check through them, and then once your sled arrives, we'll hand that stuff out.
Yes.
But so yeah, the next episode, just as a little teaser for you guys,
get in on the next one.
We are going to put on some headphones, and we are going to see if we can get a hold of Mr. Smasher, Chris Kaltenbacher, to get some stories on how the Iron Dog went for him this year. So it sounds like he's got some he said, what did he say? He was like, I got some stories that you wouldn't even believe.
Well, he's got some frostbite. I seen that.
So
I seen the start of the race. So
be sure to tune in on next week's episode. Again, appreciate you guys being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.